Hey, Shalom Akim, Yahawashi, Barak, Atham. Today we're going to read the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 6. And he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys and Sundown were hot, and ere the present years were sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed that have gathered faith for a treasure. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
All right, Shalom to elect Israel, to the hopeful elect Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Barak, Barak, Yahawashi. Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone led me to this truth, and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect, to the hopeful elect. Lord, when we part of that number, Lord, when this be edifying to those who fear the name of the Lord and striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. The water for everybody tuning in, coming in the convoy, you have Bahasham, Barak, Atham. All you sincere believers out there here and on after. And, go get into what our Lord put the spirit on me to deal with earlier before I went to the plantation. And we're going to get into it. And, the title is American Society of Magical Negroes trailer sparks anger. And then we got sundown laws, the various end time topics. Just got a couple things we're going to deal with, make it quick. So Lord willing, edifying to the flock. I'm going to go ahead and get started. And we'll go over some things. So let's go ahead and get into this. Maybe we're more willing to let me watch the video. Maybe my computer will act like I spent $300 on it. Maybe it won't. We'll see. So, American Society of Magical Negroes trailer sparks anger for saying white people are the most dangerous animal. But, the Lord looks at them as natural brute beasts. So they weren't going off doing that. But they were definitely going off with some other stuff. When I went to go look at the trailer, which we're going to watch in a second, Lord willing. But we're going to, see, this might be part of that. Let me see. Sometimes it'd be having a video down here and it don't be the same video. And this doesn't look like it's loading anyways. So we'll go into it. Edomites are mad about it. We don't give a shit. We're gonna just tie in the scriptures about it to show where they're going off at, and where the Bible actually can apply to this trailer of theirs, this movie that they're making. Because we know the Lord be, putting the spirit on men to make these movies. And we know also that Amalek, the first descendants of Esau, the people who saying that they're the Jewish people right now over there in Israel, most of them run the media. So for this shit to be actually funded and put out, like they're doing this shit and they're really doing it to mock Jake. It's really how the Lord looks at 2/3 of our people when you go and watch this. But we're gonna go and watch the trailers. Like that's as far as I'm going. I'm not watching the movie. Shit straight bagoftrash.com. Okay. I'm not gonna go watch the movie. But anyways, we're gonna read it. The first trailer of American Society's of Magical Negroes was slammed by many commentators after it was released on Friday. Okay. So this was released, I guess, last Friday. Okay. The film, right, that we said by Focus Features is described on his website, a fresh satirical comedy about a young man, Aaron, who is recruited into a secret society of magical black people who dedicate their lives to cause of the utmost importance, making white people's lives easier. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this, man? Like this is some Esau Edom shit right here. Okay. This is retarded, okay? But we're not going to get into it. We're going to go to the article because it's basically showing what happens in the trailer. Okay, and this is on fucking Fox News. Okay, so they're really tripping about this. So we're going to watch this trailer. I might stop it a couple times just to make some points. And then we're going to put in some precepts. These movies are just and they're literally dropping this a month before the Civil.
Welcome to the American Society.
It's twitching. They're dropping this movie just right before the Civil War movie that comes out on April 26th. They're dropping this in March. So just to see that they're dropping this right around the Passover, it's just it just shows you how lost Jake is. That's how 2/3 is. They're like that. Like they all came to this divine understanding of we need to make sure the white people are okay. Like this is what 2/3 is doing. Like this is retarded. Okay. This motherfucker really think he's some valiant Jake. Like, no, motherfucker. You're Esau Edom's girlfriend. Okay. You over there, dick rubberer. Okay. You over there, soft ass. Okay. You're not teaching the word. Okay. Basically. And, I ain't talking about the dude who's actually acting. I'm talking about the persona, because I don't know none of these people, but we know this. They're 2/3 because they're acting this shit out. They're getting paid to do this shit. Okay. They're going off. So we're going to watch this. I'll pause it a little bit. So Lord willing, they play right.
Welcome to the American Society of Magical Negroes.
Esau actually put bread on this whack ass.
I know you can feel their discomfort, Aaron. Watching you walk through a room full of white people was the most painful thing I've ever.
Esau's fuck.
Sorry. I want to take you to a job interview.
Yeah.
There's a recruiting class starting right now, and we got to get you in it.
Welcome to the American Society of Magical Negroes.
I don't really understand.
It's easier to say. What's the most dangerous animal on the planet?
Shark.
White people, when they feel uncomfortable.
You hear that? I'm going to try to play it back because it's getting all these interruptions. Just play it back a little bit.
White people, when they feel uncomfortable. Yeah. White people feeling animal on the planet.
Shark.
White people, when they feel uncomfortable. White people feeling uncomfortable precedes a lot of bad stuff for us. That's why we fight white discomfort every day. Because the happier they are, the safer we are.
The name needs a little updating, maybe like magical black people, or I guess that doesn't have the same ring.
You ready?
Oh, wow.
Your first client is a Jason Munn. His morale is far too low.
Hey.
Hey.
Darn it. I was hoping there was a station right next to him.
Oh, is this one spoken for?
No.
Yeah, it's actually fun and weirdly relaxing. It's like being a secret agent with none of the danger.
Hey, I'm Lizzie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
She's great.
Yeah, she's cool.
You kidding? Come on, man. She's smart and funny. And...
I know what you were doing going on about her. You're trying to set us up.
No, that's not what I was doing.
You cannot have a relationship with Lizzie now, because if you don't put Jason first, everyone's magic will fail.
I've always felt like it's my job to make white people feel comfortable, and here it literally is.
You hear that? He said, I've always felt like my job is to make white people feel comfortable. Okay? His job is to make Esau Edom feel like he's loved. When Esau Edom hates his ass. Okay? This is how 2/3 is. They're trying to like be so fucking nice and back up Esau Edom and do everything to help his kingdom. And Esau Edom's like, fuck y'all. Y'all are niggas. Okay? And you got this whole society of niggas coming to make Esau Edom's life better because it's just so horrible since they own everything on the fucking planet. Okay? Like, this is retarded.
But maybe it shouldn't be.
I got a great plan to ask her out, but I'm gonna need your help.
Do you think you could like work your magic?
Hey, is he talking about me?
Hey.
Oh my, wait, are you?
Basically, the story is, you know, I don't want to watch no more of this shit. But basically, the story, when you watch the rest of the trailer, because it's fucking up. This, might see if we can play.
Someone defied the society. Who was it?
You got Big Bertha, okay. You got your typical, you know, so-called Black American woman, you know, the one that's not in the truth. We ain't talking about you Yahawah that are in the truth. We're talking about the ones that aren't. You know, that's what they act like. And they're, you know, they're super out of shape. They're big as fuck. And they cook chitlins, you know. They think they know the Lord. Okay, that's what is. They're the runners of this society. Okay, and what did it talk about? Eve gave into the serpent. Okay, and that's why you got a lot of our women that's like that. They think this is, you know, they think they're righteous because their hair is covered. This bitch is wicked.
You didn't let her go like I told you. If you interfere with her or your client, you could have your memory erased. You won't even remember she existed.
Even though we might never see each other again, I need you to know that what we had was real.
The whole thing, look, his ass disappeared. That bitch, they deleted Jake ass. He tried to get that bitch, they deleted his ass. But whatever, I'm not gonna go watch that shit. Basically, he trying to help Esau Edom's old whack ass get with this bitch. Like, you know, he's chased after the box, but she likes Jake, you know, and that's how it's been. Esau Edom's pissed because heathen women like Jake, okay? And he's like, you're gonna have to help me win her over. Like, this is fucking retarded, okay? Because it just what I want to bring up is when you go over here, we go into these sundown towns, okay? This is where we used to be like. Like if you were Jake, your ass could not be out late, okay? You'd end up getting killed or something. And nothing would happen. Nobody would get judged, nothing. You know? Nothing. But now they got this fucking secret black magical wizards who are, you know, kissing Esau Edom's ass, you know, and they're trying to make it seem like that's going to protect us. Hell no. But, you know, I want to get into this a little bit, and we're going to read it. You know, I want to go down and read talks about it. See, it says, and the reason why I want to bring this up because, this is just dealing with Oklahoma, like in the South, it was like this in the South, like heavy. So it says, I'll be honest with you, the subject has come from time to time over the years. I've always thought of sundown towns as more of a Southern United States thing, more of a Texas thing, mainly because Wikipedia only lists a handful of sundown towns across Sooner State, but other outlets paint a much broader picture. It was like that through all of America, Babylon the Great. That's what he's trying to say. When it says, as more of Oklahoma's forgotten history is rediscovered, and this is fucking hated the Lord's people and their Esau Edom. Tougaloo College is keeping a running list of our state's sundown towns from the website. In the 1870s and 80s, America was named after Amerigo Vespucci. That was a Roman. Okay, it was an Edomite. That wasn't us. So we can't be African Americans. We fled out of Israel during the besiege of Israel, 70 AD, into Africa. That doesn't make us Africans. We just ran there. Okay, fled the former Confederacy and settled in Oklahoma. Okay, but by the time Oklahoma attained statehood in 1907, Democrats were in control and towns went sundown all over the state. Okay, it even, and I don't want to say which county I'm in, but it even named the one that I'm in. Okay, it's all of them motherfuckers. Hold on. It's not letting me get down to it, but it has a whole list of them. And it just like not there no more. It had a whole list of them bitches. Hold on. I ain't gonna read them all, but I wanted to read some of them. Now they just like going, if it goes here. They had a list. It was damn every town. If your ass was out here and it was dark, your ass is through. Like, you're just gonna get caught up. Okay. And that's a lot of places in America, Babylon the Great, man. There it is right there. All these places, and they call this place the Bible Belt. Remember, they talk about this the Bible Belt over here. They're all serious about the Lord, right? Well, all these places hated Jake, Ada, Allen, Alva, Apache. Apache is Native American shit, and they hated us there. Arcoma, Barnesdall, Bartlesville, Beaver County, Bigsby, Blackwell, Blair, Boise City, Broken Arrow, Catio, all these damn places, man. All these damn places. Cleveland, Colony, Comanche, all these places, Jake. If your ass was out at dark, KKK was going to find your ass and lynch your ass or something. Or Esau Edom's going to kill your ass. And this, like it says in the thing, it says it was for a minute. It was like until like 1968. Like, and they try to say slavery don't exist. This shit is like riddled all over the history of this place and everywhere. Because that's what I remember seeing. It said 1968 when I was reading it yesterday. Yeah, between 1890 and 1968, thousands of towns across the United States with American Babylon the Great drove out their what? Black populations drove out Jake, so-called Negroes, or took steps to forbid who? Jake, to be in the fuck out there. Okay? White-only bathrooms, all that shit. And that was 1968. What we in 2023? That was like, we looking at not even we're looking at just a little over half a century ago. You think these motherfuckers is just changed in that short of a time? The Lord said a day is 1,000 years to the Lord. It ain't even been a fucking 100 years since that happened. We know that they fucking hate Jake, bro. Y'all cannot do this shit and then think we just gonna make something magical to society and try to make your lives better. No. The Lord's really coming to jack y'all up for this shit. And the Lord's gonna remind you through his men. We're gonna show these motherfuckers every day. Yeah, y'all thought y'all was a shit. And the Lord's gonna make you pay for it. You know? He's gonna make them pay for it. So I'm gonna pull up some precepts about this, and we're gonna get into it. Let me get over here. Let me shut that down so the computer will work a little better. Yeah, like 4 tabs open and should be jittering and shit. But this is why we tell you. Which I like bringing it up a whole lot. Sirach, which is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Okay, they're always going to be wicked. They're never not going to be wicked. They're not going to be the most wicked, atrocious people on the planet. And then, you know, they're showing that 50 years ago, and then they're just like, oh, we love everybody and love, hope, and dream, and you know, the fruit roll-ups can, if they want to do whatever they want, they can do it, you know. They are wicked, okay? And they're always going to be wicked, okay? And we're going to show that Esau Edom is an animal. That's why they said the most dangerous animal is Esau Edom, okay? They're animals, okay? They're natural brute beasts, is what the Bible says. And they're salty about it. That they put it in there because it's in the scriptures. Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. We're going to start right here and lead up to show you that it's talking about Esau Edom. And it reads, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast in the field, which the Lord, Yahawashi, had made. That beast is talking about a man. Okay, it's a system. That's why they got the new system called the beast, right? The mark of the beast, the image of the beast. This that beast. Okay? That system, okay, that beast is those philosophies. And he said unto the woman, yea, had the Most High say, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden, right? Talking about you ain't gonna come and start doing our customs. You just gonna stick with doing the customs that the Lord made you do. You know, you start doing our shit, you're gonna learn how to do more. And that's how Jake is today. They feel like if they learn 100 different doctrines, they have more knowledge than us or something. Like, you know. But Jake doesn't get it. This is the only doctrine that you gotta have that you need to have. You try to have too many different doctrines. You listen to different camps, you know, different camps like IUIC, ISUPK. Trying to listen to all this other shit. You're gonna get brainwashed. You're gonna be fucked up. You're not gonna understand anything. Revelation chapter 12, verse 9, right? And the great dragon, and we talk about the dragon was red. Esau Edom came out like he was red. Cain was the first person to shed somebody's blood on the earth, to make blood come out. They're bloody men. That's why they eat bloody steaks. This is talking about Esau Edom, so-called white men. That's why you go to the burger shops, they be making their burgers medium rare and shit. Okay, that's Esau. You know, he sold his birthright for a pottage of red meat. It wasn't even cooked all the way. He said, give me that shit. I eat it like that. I like it like that. You know, it wasn't like that was the first pottage of red meat he ate. He'd be eating his shit like that. Revelation chapter 12, verse 9, and the dragon was cast out, that old serpent, see, called the devil, right? So that means that, you know, this serpent is that same seed line. It's a seed line of men. Because when you look at that word devil, it talks about it's the role of a man or who sides with that man. And devil just means deceiver. And who fucking changed everything in the Bible, iconoclasm, go look it up. Who changed everything in the Bible, our heritage, put fucking so-called white people all over it, and then said they crucified so-called Jesus Christ and they hated him so much they put billion-dollar churches all over the fucking place so you can go on Sunday and worship him. That's fucking retarded. Like, that's dumb. Okay? And that's why the Lord looks at 2/3 like that. They like make this secret magical society to make Esau as happy as possible by being wicked, you know? So, you know, was the devil and Satan, because that's the spiritual demon that's in them, was deceiving the whole world and was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Okay, that's what's happening. They're finna be cast out. But first, they got to go through 1,000 years of slavery. They got to go through all that. Okay. They were never the people of the Lord. Okay. So I said the serpent was more subtle than anyone in the beast. He made him to be wicked. Okay. Now we're gonna go to 2 Peter 2 verse 12. You see how I said they were cast out, right? They were cast out of the kingdom. They can't get in the kingdom. They can't become immortal. They can't be with one with Yahawashi. That's what it means by they got cast out. You know, they don't have a blessing. You know, they don't have a blessing that's eternal. They have a temporary blessing. And that's why the Lord called them beasts, animals. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 12. But these as natural brute beasts, what? Made to be taken and destroyed. Speak evil of things they understand not. So they be making these movies. They be making fun of Jake. They got Jake talking about they trying to help the so-called white man. They came up with a whole secret magical society to make white people feel like make Esau Edom like so-called white man in there like, yeah, you know, he's got a low self-esteem. Go lift his spirits up, Jake, and tell him he can get that girl. Like he can get him, like help him be hitched and help him figure it out. Like, you know, that shit whack as hell. Anyways, but speak evil of things they understand not and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. And that's what's happening. And when we're seeing stuff like this, and you see, because usually people don't get angry about something unless they're offended. Okay, what does that mean? They're offended. Shame. They're ashamed because they're not going on there talking about like, you know, they're not going out there talking about like, no, you're going off. We did a whole bunch of good shit for y'all. We're not dangerous. Like, no, they're really dangerous. You see them sundown laws. How you gonna say we free here and my ass can't even go out past 8:30, and in the wintertime I gotta be in by 5:30? Like, what the fuck? Hell no. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. That's that shame showing, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And when you look in Obadiah, that whole thing is about Esau Edom being humbled, destroyed, taken down. And we see in Revelation that what? Satan and the devil was cast out. They was cast out of their position. They rolled. They wasn't leading no more. That's what's coming up. And that's why they're all salty about it, because the Lord's putting his spirit on their leaders, Amalek, to make movies like that and push that shit out there. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? It's the Lord doing it, mocking y'all. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 33. And this is what we say to Jake. You know, you got that's how they were. They were trimming their ways to make Esau Edom happy. So Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore, hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. See? And that's how Jake is. They came up with this whole damn mission to come together and please Esau Edom. That's 2/3. Okay? That's why the Lord said, render unto me what's mine, and render unto me what's Caesar's. We're just talking about Esau. Caesar was an Edomite. Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 14. And they talk about how we all get together and we're going to help them feel better. No, this is what the Lord's going to do with us. He's not going to bring us together to come together and be a whole group of people, Dick Rubber and Esau Edom. No, we're going to be doing this. Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, right? They shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahawashi. That's real Jake. Real Jacob, that's what they're going to do. They're not going to come up with a secret magical pussy town society and start rubbing y'all damn toes. We're not doing that shit. Esau, you can't get that girl by yourself. Well, shit, whatever. You're going into slavery anyways. We're not going to help you. We don't give a fuck about if you got a girlfriend, low self-esteem. You should have a low self-esteem. And that's another thing is showing that movie. All these Edomites, they seen they had a low self-esteem and fear, and that's how they're all feeling now. They're feeling low. They're feeling that shame cover them because they know they was fucking with the people of the Lord, and they thought they were the people of the Lord the whole time, and now they're getting that wake-up call that what? Y'all ain't shit. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, right? You know, like burnt firewood. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. And that's what's going to happen after those 1,000 years of slavery. And the Lord's not going to burn them up one at a time. We'd be there for fucking forever. You know how many Edomites there are? We'll be sitting there forever watching each one. You go burn all them up at the same time. We're going to go live our lives. We're going to be straight. We're going to leave. You know, there's, you know, other brothers that say, you know, he might put them back and make them the other nations. But honestly, we don't give a shit. We don't care what happens after that. Nothing to do with us. We don't give a shit. We want to go home and we want to be ruling with Yahawashi. We don't give a fuck about Esau, and we don't care what the Lord does with him. We really want him to get rid of him like he's, you know, like he promised us he would. Amos, chapter 1, verse 11. Right? Remember they had that Sundown towns and shit, right? Amos chapter 1, verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions against Edom, so-called white man, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. See, he's not going to turn away this punishment that we're telling you. Because he did what? To pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. They still like that today. They just got a way of hiding it because they're weak now. They're like weak men, you know. Half of them is wearing dresses and shit. Like, you know, the Lord has wounded them, okay? And they're ashamed now because they're like, fuck, man, we can't get out of this. So now we're going to jump to this. I got 3 more articles, a couple precepts, we gone. Says Shawnee passes ordinance to find people experiencing homelessness if they're in certain areas. So this is part of when I was talking about that homelessness, they're going to start ramping that up, and they're going to start finding people for being homeless. Okay? You're homeless, they're going to start finding you and jailing you. Okay? When we start being pilgrims upon the earth, they're going to make it look like you're a menace to society and you're just so fucking horrible because you didn't take the mark of the beast. It's going to lead to a lot of us getting our head chopped off and shit, especially prophets. 1 Peter, you know, a lot of us are going to get our head chopped off. Some of us is going to get our head chopped off. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Can't tell you how many, but I know it's going to be, you know, a lot of us going to face that for Yahawashi in our captivities. Because even in some places, like, you know, like where I'm at, it's just me and my elder teacher right now. Who knows how many people will show up here? But if it's just me and him right now, that means what? We got like what? It's just me and him. So it's a fair chance we might face that lot here. Who knows? You know, if we stay long enough. But it's like there's the workers are few. So the ones who are really working, they're definitely gonna have to go through some real trials, man. Because we really put ourselves out there. You know, but we knew the cost. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, right, is a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking who he may devour with what? His philosophies, his laws, his psychology, all his pseudoscience. He's trying to find someone to be like, well, you're not living part of society, so we're going to find you, and you have to go through all our classes, how to be Esau, Edom. That's how they do. And they come in a little 911 police car and they try to get your ass for whatever. That's why the Lord said, be vigilant, be smart. You're going to be out there, be smart. Don't be just doing shit. You know, make sure that you're not doing anything that's against Yahawashi because he used them to punish us. So as long as you're not doing nothing to go against Yahawashi, they can't touch us. Because Yahawashi said, obey the laws of the land. So we're not out here doing nothing that we're not supposed to be doing. We're going to work, we pay our taxes, we come back and we do lessons, and we go to camp, and we eat food. That's all we do. So, anyways, we're going to go to this next one. And I just want to pull up the precept about it just to show a little bit. This is going on. Scientists sound alarm after salmon species finds new spawning location. An omnibus sign. Okay, so it says because of the planet overheating, and we know the Lord gonna heat this motherfucker up. Their proverbial perfect potterage in remote Arctic areas previously uncharted by the migrating fish known for their prolific breeding, according to the report from Wired that referred to the new development as an omnibus sign to know how the salmon shift. That's how serious it is when animals start moving their places, okay? Because the animals show us shit like something's coming. The Arctic is warming 4 times faster than the rest of the planet, according to the natural nature. Experts think the presence of the chum salmon further north is just another sign of unprecedented warming. It's about to get hotter, man, in a lot of different ways before the nukes. Shit like that shit didn't happen already. All those prophecies have been passed already. You know, the Nile River turned into blood earlier this month or earlier last month. Okay, but we're just gonna deal with the salmon. But that's another big thing to show that something's coming. Okay. 2nd Esdras 5 verse 8. The Lord's anger is coming to this place. When he pulls up here, it's going to be a lot of missiles touching down. 2nd Esdras 5 verse 8. For there shall also be confusion. So there shall be a confusion also in many places. A lot of people don't know why this shit's happening, right? But we do, because we're the hopeful elect. And the fire shall be oft sent out again. And the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. You know, these wicked children who are just not disobedient to parents, not doing anything, you know, worth time. You know, they're not doing anything worth, you know, being remembered. Everything, all these works are going to be burned up. They're never going to be remembered. Okay. That judgment's going to be set, and they're going to wake up and they're going to go into slavery. You know, so chain wrapped is my last one. It said chain wrapped body found in Kentucky late, identified after 24 years as FBI fugitive. Okay. And, you know, he did something. He was like, yeah. So we'll read right here. The FBI obtained additional charges for Haram and conducted an ongoing investigation to his whereabouts. They was looking for this guy. According to the FBI's official website, Haram had been arrested and was awaiting trial for alleged rape of a minor. Okay. And we know back then, you know, there's laws concerning, you know, the whole grape thing, you know, but we did it different. It was like, you know, it was like if a man found a woman and was like, she was like, you know, a damsel, which means like she was still a virgin, and he took her, he would have to go take, like if he took her like you mine, and he would have to marry her and take care of her the rest of his life. That's not how they do now. When they rape people, they just rape them and they leave them and shit. You know? And it's not like any of us are doing that these days. That's how it was set up back then. But it was set up so why? So Jake would think twice about doing that shit, because we had a certain way that men and women, got married, the father would give their daughter to the one he thought was suitable, who would take care of his daughter. That was how it worked. There were certain cases where, Jake just was like, yeah, I want that. And he took that, and when told the father, was like, yeah, I know I was supposed to ask you first, but I really wanted her. So here's 50 shekels. And it was within the law. Okay? Because women didn't really have a say-so back then. And that's what's coming soon. Like, when Jacob's trouble comes, women ain't going to be doing all that, trying to reason and all that shit. Not going to be trying to be like, well, I think this way. No, they're going to do what the fuck man the Lord told them to do. Because they're going to understand that they're going to be the reason why they don't get blown up. Those men, whoever they may be. Lord willing, we part of that number. Because, we the only ones serving Israel, the right way. Starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, whether you accept that or not. Okay, because we're showing you everything. The other people talking about the mark of the beast is sin and some other stuff, and there ain't no Jacob's trouble coming. Ain't none of them talking about the elect, none of that. Psalms chapter 10, verse 4, the wicked, though the pride of his countenance, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. None of them. He don't think about the Most High at all. His ways are always grievous. Remember, it talked about how the leaders prescribe grievousness. Okay? We talked about that in that last lesson I did a while ago. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. So that's how Esau Edom is. He bucks up at everybody. Like nobody can't take him. He has said in his heart, which is his mind, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. Well, this dude thought that until they found him wrapped up in some damn chains and body bag, in the middle of somewhere. Okay, 24 years later. Okay, Lord took care of his ass and had his ass out there rotting. Okay, Jeremiah 28:11, and he probably up there, and the Lord's like, yep, I'm gonna bring you back down here just for the nukes. I'm gonna blow your ass up. But he's at peace right now. Ain't nobody suffering in the kingdom. The wicked and the righteous all go back to the Lord. And you're just sitting up there with his hand right now. And he's got all the wicked in the left-hand side, and his left-hand side, and he's got all the righteous on his right-hand side, sleeping. To be, woken up to what? Everlasting contempt or everlasting life. Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 11, for they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. And that's how they work. They try to say it's peace and happiness and harmony here. It ain't no peace here. Verse 12, were they ashamed? Were they ashamed when they committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed. Neither could they blush. See, Esau Edom be blushing and shit because his skin red. His blood showed forth from the face. They wouldn't even blushing about that shit. Therefore, they didn't feel ashamed about that shit. Now they do. Therefore, shall they fall among them that fall. In the time of their visitation, they shall be cast down, saith the Lord. Just like this guy, wrapped up in some damn chains. Verse 13, I will surely consume them, saith the Lord. There shall be no grapes on the vine, nor figs on the tree. Right? Talking about that whole remnant of them. They're going to be through after all this. And the leaf shall fade, and the things that I have given them shall pass away from them. That sword, the fatness of the earth, the blessings, of all the shit here, carnally. Verse 14, why do we sit still, assemble yourselves, and let us enter into the defense cities, and let us be silent there, for the Lord our power hath put us to silence and given us water of gall to drink, because we have sinned against the Lord. And that's why we're in this position right now. We're in a position where we really can't take over them or nothing right now. So, we're crying aloud and sparing not. But at this time in Jeremiah, he said, go ahead and go in there and be in your captivity and deal with that shit until I wake y'all up in the end. And he had certain men who kept following the righteous acts, because the Lord kept bringing them into remembrance. It's like, yeah, we're still not time yet. You're going to have to die again. You have to come back. And like, damn. And they still kept the faith. That's how they wrote the Bible throughout all the centuries. Verse 15, we looked for peace, but no good came. And for a time of health, and behold, trouble. And all these times we've been here, we came into this truth. Lord willing, we were those righteous men and women who came into this truth and found out, fuck, we still got to be stuck here till next time we come back, you know, and receive our reward. And we just kept dying and coming back and facing trouble every time. And now we're going this final one, Jacob's trouble. And 2/3 still ain't listening, even after they were drowned in the flood and everything, man. You know, and 2/3 represents America. But what I mean by 2/3 is just basically wicked Israelites. Like, you know, there's a lot of wicked Israelites in the time of the flood. You know? So, because we know 2/3 pie chart really represents America. But, you know, Israel's everywhere. So, you know, you also want to add that in. That there's wicked Israelites everywhere, and they're all going to get judged everywhere. But immense hellfire is going to happen here. That's why we talk about here. It's going to be devastation here, obliteration that we talked about yesterday. So, Lord willing, edifying to the flock, shalom to elect to Israel, to the hopeful elect to Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. Want to give all praises to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Want to get double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone who led me to this truth and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we part of that number. Lord willing, us be edifying to those who fear the name of the Lord and is striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Peter chapter 5, verse 42. The water for two day, Yahawashi, Barak, Atham. And Lord willing, this edifying to the flock. Kwam Yasharala. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.